Hello everyone, I'm Cora. When I became a daughter-in-law to Mama Luisa, I felt scared and terrified because I saw her as a snobbish and overbearing woman. But over time, I was able to deal with it and eventually realized that it was just her demeanor. She carries some kind of authority that you'll mistaken her as arrogant and strict. She measures you up with an intense glare that you can feel her judging you up. Yes, she can be authoritative and stubborn at times. It's because she has a strong opinion on certain issues. As a person and human being, she was never perfect, but she has quietly cared and supported the family and supported me as well as her daughter-in-law. She gave me her trust. She welcomed me warmly, and I'm so grateful for that. She became my second mother. In fact, I spent more years with her than my own mother, who untimely passed at early on. I just feel lucky to have her as my second mom and be able to honor and celebrate her life today. Thank you, Mama. You are now reunited with Papa. If by chance you see or meet my Papa and Mama, say hi for me. I will miss you all. Mama, no more pains. Go now. Rest peacefully. God bless till we meet again.
A blessed day to everyone. Thank you all for being here today to honor my grandmother, our beloved Lola Luisa, and to celebrate the many ways she enriched our lives. For those who may not know me, my name is Mark, and I am one of her many grandchildren. I wish I could be there along with my family to be with all of you today. Unfortunately, distance prevents me from being there in person, but I wanted to share a few words about our beloved Lola Luisa and what she meant to me and to our family. It is both a privilege and a challenge to stand before you today. A privilege because I have the opportunity to share a few memories of my grandmother, and a challenge because it is never easy to find the right words for someone who meant so much to so many people. Unlike many grandchildren, I did not have the privilege of spending a great deal of time with Lola Luisa. When I was around 9 years old, she migrated to the United States, and for most of my life, we lived thousands of miles apart. I am now in my mid-40s, which means that for more than 3 decades, our relationship was shaped by distance. Over the years, there were only a handful of occasions when we were together in person. Either when I visited her in the US or when she came home to the Philippines. Because of that, I don't have countless stories of growing up with her nearby or seeing her every week. But I have come to realize that the importance of a grandmother is not measured by the amount of time spent together. It is measured by the place she holds in the family and in our hearts. One thing I will always remember about Lola Luisa was her unique sense of humor. She wasn't someone who intentionally told jokes or tried to make people laugh. Instead, she had a way of speaking that made ordinary conversations unforgettable. Sometimes the words she wanted to say would come out differently, whether in Filipino or English. She would be talking about one thing but end up using a different word. And before long, everyone around her would be smiling and laughing. What made those moments so special was that the laughter came naturally. It was part of her charm. It was part of who she was. Those little moments brought joy to the people around her and left memories that we still cherish today. Another thing that always stood out about Lola Luisa was her belief in superstitions. She had many of them, and she expected us to follow them, whether we understood them or not. Often, we would ask why and we needed to do something a certain way. And the answer was never entirely clear. But somehow, questioning it didn't matter because when Lola Luisa said to do it, you simply did it. Looking back, I sometimes think Lola Luisa could have been a spokesperson for Nike, the company with the swoosh. Her philosophy seemed to be just do it. No explanations necessary, whether it was moving a certain object, avoiding a certain action, or following one of her many superstitions. We learned very quickly that the easiest thing to do was simply listen to Lola. Today, those memories make us smile because they remind us of her strong personality, her convictions, and the unique way she cared for her family. Those superstitions were her way of looking out for us, even if we didn't always understand the reasoning behind them. Lola Luisa also knew how to enjoy life. In her younger years, she loved playing mahjong. Even later in life, she continued to find joy in simple things and enjoyed playing coin dozer and solitaire or whatever card games she has in her iPad. No matter her age, she kept that playful spirit with her. She lived a long and full life, reaching nearly 88 years of age. During those years, she witnessed so much change in the world and in our family. She was blessed to see not only her children and grandchildren grow, but also the children of her grandchildren. Few people are fortunate enough to witness so many generations of their family during their lifetime. When we look around today, we see the legacy she leaves behind. Her life is reflected in her children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and the generations that will follow. The family she helped build stands as a testament to the life she lived and the love she shared. Although distance separated us for much of our lives, I am grateful for the moments we did have together. Looking back, I realized that love is not always measured by proximity. Sometimes it exists across oceans, across years, and across brief visits that leave lasting impressions. Today, we mourn the loss of Lola Luisa, but we also celebrate a life well lived. We celebrate her resilience, her playful spirit, her unique way of making us laugh, her unwavering belief in her superstitions, and the family legacy she leaves behind. Lola Luisa, thank you for the memories, for the laughter, for the lessons, and for the generations of family that exist because of you. You will be deeply missed, lovingly remembered, and forever cherished. May you rest in peace.
Good day, everyone. Thank you for all being here today as we celebrate the life of my Lola Luisa. For those who don't know me, I am Michael. Growing up, I did not have the privilege of spending a lot of time with my Lola. Because of the distance, our time together was physically scarce, but I have learned that the depth of a person's impact is not measured in years. It is measured in the lasting impression they leave in your heart. A few years ago, I was fortunate enough to have Lola stay with us, and it was a true blessing to witness her with my own son and daughter. Seeing them bond in the simplest ways, like sharing a laugh over a story, or playing a quiet game together with her tablet, healed the quiet part of my heart. As I watched her pour her undivided attention to them, it gave me a beautiful, bittersweet glimpse into the past. In those precious moments, I realized that I wasn't just watching a great grandmother with her great grandkids. I was finally witnessing exactly how my own childhood would have been spent with her. Lola lived a full, beautiful life, and the legacy she left behind will always remain with us. While I grieve the time we didn't get to have, I am profoundly grateful for the time we did. She proved to me that a grandmother's love knows no boundaries, no distance, and no missed years. Lola, thank you for making such a lasting impression on my life and on the life of my kids. Thank you for the warmth you gave me in a short time together. You will be missed, but your spirit will always remain a cherished part of my life. Rest in peace, Lola Luisa.
Typo. When I think about you, I remember the simple moments that now mean the most to me. I remember watching you sit in your reclining chair playing your slot machine game while I sat beside you and watched. At the time, it felt like an ordinary day, but now it's one of my favorite memories. I remember asking for just one matchang and you ended up cooking up a whole pot. I can still hear you saying, "I cook you." That was who you were, someone who always gave more love than anyone can expect. I also remember how you would go wherever you wanted, whether around the property or somewhere else. You may not have had the strength you once had, but you never let that stop you. Looking back, I realize how strong and determined you really were. Just a week before you passed away, I had a dream about you. We were playing a game on the computer together. I didn't understand why at the time, but now I like to think of it as a way of spending one last moment with me. What makes me sad is knowing there won't be any new memories. No more watching you play your games. No more hearing your voice. No more matchang made with love. But I will always carry the memories you gave me in my heart. Thank you for loving me, Typo. I miss you and I will never forget you. I love you.
Good day, everyone. I'm Donna, the wife of Michael. Although I was blessed to be a part of Lola Luisa's life for only a portion of her journey, the memories I have with her are ones I will always treasure. One of the things I will remember most about Lola was how she showed her love through food. When I gave birth, she lovingly prepared her special black chicken soup for me. Whether it was the ingredients, her cooking, or simply the love she poured into it, I truly felt it helped me recover and heal faster. And of course, there was her famous matchang. Lola never seemed to know how to cook for just a few people. She cooked enough to feed an army. Even my own siblings would always look forward to it. And when they heard of her passing, one of the first things they said was how much they would miss Lola's matchang. Her generosity extended far beyond food. Whenever she saw my parents, she would always make sure they had something to bring home. It didn't matter if it was big or small, giving came naturally to her. The great grandchildren knew this best. A visit to Lola's room almost always ended the same way. No child left without a candy in hand. She found joy in giving, and the children found joy in being loved by her. Lola was also supportive of my small handmade business. I still remember how she helped by crocheting pieces for me. Those handmade items were not just products, they were gifts of her time, effort, and love. They are the memories I will always treasure. And because Lola would all probably want us to smile today, I have to share one last thing. She was so generous that she even shared her COVID with me once. That's how much she loved sharing everything she had. When I think of Lola Luisa, I think of generosity, kindness, thoughtfulness, and love expressed through simple, everyday acts. Through a bowl of soup, a piece of matchang, a candy tucked into a child's hand, a crocheted item, or a small token given to someone she cared about. Thank you, Lola, for welcoming me into your family and for all the little acts of love that made such a lasting impact. Though our time together was short, the memories you gave me will stay in my heart forever. May you rest peacefully, knowing how deep you were loved and how greatly you will be missed.
Good morning, America. Good evening from the Philippines. I was requested to give a short speech, a eulogy of some kind for my departed grandmother. So I googled what eulogy means. It says that it's a speech given when somebody passes away. I was supposed to give this earlier, but I was contemplating that I think it would be better if I would concentrate about my grandmother's life rather than talking about her death. So my memories of her is she is a very strong, independent, how to say, mapagbigay. She's a very generous person. So a few stories about her is her being strong and independent was we were making matchang, one of her favorite delicacies in our multinational house. So she bought about 10 kilos of sticky rice. So we wash it together, and then she was gonna transfer it to our dining table. She don't want us to help her. So from the sink, she got the pail of rice, and then when she lifted it up, she cannot carry it. So in the end, she still don't want to ask us to help her, but she asked one of our helpers silently that, hey, come help me. So she really wanna show that she's a very strong and independent woman. That's one of the traits that I want to copy or duplicate, because despite her age, despite her medical condition, she still refused to ask for help from any family member. Another trait that my Lola distinctly have is she's very consistent. She has this routine of cleaning up, washing her face, brushing her teeth, that she never misses. Me, despite my age, I'm half of her age, there are times that I do miss my routine. I have noticed from her that she never missed this. She has also a attitude of writing down a prayer or these numbers. So we had a chance to clean her room one time, and I saw this notebook. I saw her journal. So when we check it, it's all numbers 1 to 9. So I asked her, why are you writing this? So she said, I need to train my brain. I cannot stop using it. That's why I need to train my brain. That's why even if it's not required or no one's looking for it, she needs to write down those. Again, despite her age, she still has these traits to do it, because I see other older people that they just leave be, they just let time pass. One more, I don't know, my lola is also a bit of kengkoy. I don't know, kengkoy. I hope our Filipino relatives can explain what kengkoy means. So one memory of her was when we went grocerying in SNR. She has this sweet tooth. She wants us buying her ice cream. There was a bag of marshmallow. So a big bag of marshmallow. She told me, "Oh, let's guess this for your son. Your son, this is his favorite food." So definitely, because it's her that she got it, we paid for it. When we went to the car park, when we loaded the stuff, she got the bag of marshmallow and then opened it, and she was the one who was consuming it. So we didn't say anything, but you know, she wouldn't say upfront that, "Can you buy me this?" She wouldn't say that. So she gonna find a way that na she gonna get what she wants, but through another means. So for me, those are small stuff. Those are just memories of our lola. So there are bad memories. Sungit na nakatikim din ako ng sungit ni lola minsan eh. So despite that, we all have our bad or good experiences with lola. Most there are other relatives that had her bad side. So despite that, the important thing is we spend our time, our experience with her. There are other relatives or there are other family members that didn't even get the time to spend with her. Ideally, we want to spend the time with our relatives or to our friends that we would have good memories. But sometimes there are also bad memories. What I'm trying to say here is, despite good or bad, let's always give it the benefit of the doubt that at least we had the time, the experience to spend with them. Because now, even if we offer whatever, the most expensive fruit or the most expensive clothing, our lola will not already return. So we cannot reverse time. We cannot talk to her. She cannot even respond, even if it's a bad situation. What I'm trying to say is our lola left a very big family. Our family is very big. So the best thing we can do is to interact with them, to keep our relationships close, to keep our relationships good, and to work on the legacy and on the learnings that our lola left. So I know that our family, because it's very big and because everybody wants their own way, that there are misunderstandings. For our lola, we can set aside our own personal differences to build a more harmonious relationship with our family and peers, and to have our life to be grateful and cherish it. So for now, that's all. This is not a goodbye. Thank you for attending the wake and hope to see you all in the future. Thank you.